What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of my Zero to Hero Gran Turismo series. Today we are on the one and only Laguna Seca, but today we're driving the GR4 cars, and I'm in the Peugeot RCZ. Now I know this car was apparently overpowered previously in the game. I think the Audi TT is probably the best car to drive for this track and in this category, but I don't know, I like front wheel drive cars. I know the Audi, I don't know if the Audi is technically all wheel drive or front wheel drive, but anyways, I picked the Peugeot because I liked it. I thought it'd be cool, and I thought it was pretty competitive as well. So here we are for our first flyer lap. I'm going to guide us around the track slowly through my thoughts. So here I broke right about the second square there. You can't really tell, but I broke the second square. I didn't do well in this lap, but I do pretty well in this lap, but I didn't brake properly. This corner here, I just tried to like trail brake into the corners instead of like fully braking. I don't know how well that worked, but it kind of worked out. I also did it here, but this corner you're able to go a little bit quicker, which was kind of nice. Go out all the way to the curb to curb. And then here I tried braking at the second square again. This one I do quite well. I'm really happy how I did that. Again, following from the curb to curb. Didn't make it all the way out to the curb, but it's okay. This corner here as well, I can keep it into fourth. You just brake lightly and you absolutely huck it into the corner, and it loves the grip. There's so much grip in these cars, and the brakes were so well. I absolutely enjoyed it. Here I tried braking right at that pylon on the actual rumble strip, so I can get a good entry into the actual corkscrew and have a decent exit. Here I learned later on the race I could have been going out a little bit wider and a little bit later of an entry, so I could get a little bit more speed into the corner. But whatever. That corner there, you can kind of keep it in third and brake slightly because there's a lot of grip there. Here, I didn't really have a plan on braking. It was kind of more how I felt. That was probably the biggest problem I had, braking. But yeah, that was probably the closest I got to a decent lap in my practice laps. And I ran a what did I get? I got a 130. I was pretty happy about that because I was trying really hard for a couple days trying to get a decent lap, and the best I got was a 130. But here we jump into the first race that we have. And we start off in 6th or 5th, and I was really nervous because, again, from the previous race was the Porsche race, and I did not want to absolutely murder anybody, so that's why here you can see I kind of brake a little bit quickly so I don't kill the guy in the GTR over here. But I felt way more comfortable in this car than I did with the Porsche, so I was just ready to absolutely send it into every corner, and that, as you can see, screws me because I absolutely wrecked the GTR, and I get a 1-second penalty. What I should have done here was, since I got the penalty, I should have just kept on going with the race, but I was like, I'll just wait for the guy. But that kind of bites me in the butt. Bit me right in the butt, and I probably should have just kept on going with the race. But it's okay, we'll try to truck on. Everybody's still kind of right beside each other, so I decided, well, everyone's here, I could probably still catch up. And the GTR guy wasn't that fast. He did start ahead of me, but I was able to keep up. This corner here, I didn't know how people were going to take it, and I was kind of worried I was just going to send it, because I didn't really brake much in that corner anyways. I kept it in fourth and just kind of sent it, so I was kind of nervous and killing somebody, but the guy in the grid GTR just kind of sends himself off, so that kind of worked out. Here, I think I went off track a little bit. I couldn't really tell where I went off track, but clearly I went off track. But yeah, so it gets a little bit boring here, so I just kind of speed it up. I'm right behind the Audi TT. Nothing really happens for a couple seconds here. We just keep following them and trying to keep up, and everyone will kind of look much quicker than me. Like the guy in first is long gone, and this corner I did not brake well enough at all, and the guy in the TT just passes me like easily on the inside. I kind of just gave it to him like a Christmas gift. Like, it's only November, man. I shouldn't be giving out gifts like that so early. And this corner I actually ended up doing pretty decent. I keep up with them really well. The guy in the TT goes off course, and I don't have to worry about him right now. But again, we're right behind the guy in fourth place, but now we have to serve our penalty since the second half we went off course. And with that, the guy in the GTR, I do believe, passes me again. Oh no, not the GTR. But after doing that, I nail both of these guys off course, and bang, I get hit with a crazy 3-second penalty, which kind of secured my loss in this race. Like, I wasn't going anywhere, and as you can see, with that penalty, me being distracted, I just kind of went off course and was like, well, that's it for me this race, pretty much. But we're going to try to keep on with the rest of this race. I thought maybe I can keep up. I'm still in 5th. I have a chance. But then the guy in the Corvette just absolutely takes me out. And not takes me out, but just does not have any care. And I tried to take the inside on the GTR here, and he didn't care either for me. Like, I have the inside line. No one's giving it to me. That's the only issue with Gran Turismo, is that I feel like I do have somewhat of a good racing line, and then everyone just kind of like goes, I don't care, I'm gonna hit you anyways, and then whatever. This is me serving finally my 3-second penalty that was, I guess, deserved. I killed 2 guys in the corner as we're going here, but that lets the red flashy TT and the gray GTR pass us again. Now this corner was really dumb on my part. I don't know where I thought I was gonna go, and the fact that I didn't get a penalty was absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, I end up slowing down and not doing that well, and the GTR passes me again. But he has a 0.5 second penalty, but for some reason, yeah, so here he's much quicker than me, so he was able to get ahead of me in these corners. I think it was mostly because of the all-wheel drive system in the GTR. That's freaking incredible in them. So I wasn't able to get close enough. Also, I took this corner pretty bad. Anthony, I know you're going to make fun of me for saying that, but you can suck, fat one. But I took the corner really bad, and he only had a 0.5 second penalty. And I just thought about diving on this guy, and I still do. I still tap him, but I didn't hit him hard enough to go out, and I do get an SR down. And this race was really bad for my SR. This race was pretty bad for my SR. I was taking guys out left and right. For some reason, I did not have any sense of trying not to kill anybody. Even though I really enjoyed this car, the car was a lot of fun to drive. It was very easy to drive, especially for such a fast category of cars. And then, yeah, I spin myself out again right there. And yeah, so that's pretty much the end of the race. But here at the end of the race, you can see everybody and their mom has a penalty right now for some reason. I don't remember why. A lot of guys kind of tapped each other and went off course. But yeah, so the guy in the GTR actually sends himself off course flying, and the guy in 5th here, I believe, has a 1 second penalty. So here I was trying really hard to get as close as I could to him, because I was like, maybe I can get 5th and pull something out of my right now. And as we go down the straight, I ended up getting just close enough to get 5th place, which was pretty awesome. I was happy about that. I do believe I moved up 1 position. No, I stayed in the same... No, that's right. I stayed in the same position. But anyways, we're just going to jump into the second race right away. This race is a lot better just for consistency-wise. I don't kill as many people. The first race was kind of the first race of the day, and I kind of started to not get the groove of racing with other people. But again, the first corner here, I didn't really murder anybody, so I tried to slow down a little early, but I didn't want anyone to pass me on the inside, so I just threw myself on the inside just to block anything off, even though I don't think anyone was really that close to me. But yeah, it's okay. As we go around the corner here, we're trying to go curb to curb, but I send a little bit too hard and I get off course. But not too bad, we're okay, we're still right there. I did lose a little bit of time. My SR does go up for some reason, and again I throw myself off course a little bit, and I give the Teddy a little bit of room on the outside. He goes past me, but this corner I do pretty well, and I catch right back up with him. I'm pretty much right behind him. As we're going up into the corner here, this is probably my favorite corner on the track. That is almost flat out, just about, and you can see how far I send it. I was scared that the Audi there was going to absolutely murder me, but I was lucky and he did not. Into the Corkscrew, which is probably the most famous and popular part of the track, which is a lot of fun if you hit it properly, unlike that guy in the Audi who also gets a penalty here, who also did not like me wanting to pass, so he kind of throws himself in front of me and I had to brake without trying to kill him. I do get my SR up, which was pretty cool, but I'd rather be past him than getting an SR up. This guy out in the Audi keeps... Oh, I got hit again. That's what happens there. The guy in the Peugeot absolutely murders me. Like, dude, I'm on your team. Like, why do you got to kill me like that? But, yeah, screw him. That kind of comes back to bite me in the ass after, you can see, and later on. But we're getting it over that. But I was close to the Audi. I was right behind him, and then I got nailed, slowing me down, giving the guy in the silver Audi who went off course before time to catch up and go right ahead of me. The only good thing about this race was that my SR was going up consistently, and I kind of like that because my SR was really low. It was like a C or a D at this point. I was like, well, that's kind of too low for my liking. Into the first corner, everybody's car was lagging. That's kind of why I went a little slow. I was really nervous that somebody was going to like lag and just absolutely wipe me out. So I was like, I'd rather like slow down and take my time instead of going fast into the corner and possibly jumping into like a lag ship where just murders me into nothing. So the Peugeot does end up serving the penalty, and I tried to land it in like the last episode against that other Porsche, but this time I braked a little bit earlier, so I didn't murder him, but I stayed right behind him, which was okay. This Peugeot takes pretty much the same line as I do, so I was able to stay right behind him. I guess I take a lot different line than other people, maybe not as quick going on the inside there, but I tried figuring out that line as well. Corkscrew here, we do kind of decently. The Audi messes up again. He could not take that corkscrew at all. Me, for some reason, have the grip of gods over here, passes the guy on the outside like he was like stopped. And yeah, so that's pretty much how that race went. But everyone else in the front, again, was getting penalties. And I thought, wait, last race I was able to pass everybody with their penalties. Maybe I can do it again. But unfortunately, as you're going to see, I was not able to get close enough because they only had about a 1 second penalty. And I was about 1.5 or 0.9 seconds behind. And it kind of screws me, so I wasn't able to get into 5th again, unfortunately. But we'll move on. Now, for the third and final race. This race was the most fun, me starting in 3rd position, and I was so excited, and I was like, well, let's see what we can pull out of our ass this race. I think we can do well. First corner, again, me not wanting to kill anybody, I break a little bit too early, but I do take a really decent line into the corners. Right behind the 2 Audis in front of me, the 2 Brazilians, and I believe there's another Brazilian behind me. Nope, it's a Canadian guy. Never mind. Brazilian guy comes up, I think, after. Trying to follow you guys into the corners and trying not to mess up my line too much. I'm taking the line pretty decently, going curb to curb, following my line on throttle as early as I possibly can, right behind the guy in 2nd place, thinking about a move, but rather not try to kill him. The guy in the Audi almost murders the guy in 1st place, because I think the guy in 1st took a little bit too much of a braking, but it's okay. Right behind these guys into the fast sweeping corner in 4th gear. These guys he almost takes out the guy in 1st again, but he brakes early enough to not kill him. Not taking the fastest line, but this guy in 2nd also was kind of a little dirty. He didn't really want anybody to pass you, but yeah. Also into the corkscrew, messes up the corner quite significantly, sliding out, almost spinning out, but catching it. And then the guy in the Peugeot or whatever that is kills me, gets a 1 second penalty, and then also hits the guy in 2nd place. Like, what are you doing, bud? Like, get away from me. Like, you're trying to kill me. What are you doing? He gets a 1.5 second he gets half a second more because he keeps tapping this guy, and he doesn't know how to brake at all and sends him off course. That kind of looks like me, but with that kind of screws me and puts the Brazilian, like I said before, into 3rd place. But keep an eye on this guy. He does not really like to play fair, for lack of better words. Yeah, just watch what he does slowly, as you can see in the race. But I'm in 4th place, started in 3rd. I was like, I want to get up. I want to get back my position at least, because just trying to learn and want to gain my SR, but I want to do it fairly. Like I said, I want to gain my SR up. So slowly right behind these guys, and you can see the entire race, I am right behind these guys, neck and neck. We're very close to each other, and I'm just trying to catch up slowly and slowly and slowly. Into the corners, curb to curb, and then into this corner here, again, trying to brake at the 2nd cone to get as close as I can. Nice apex, all the way out to the whatever curb there was, right behind him, but he takes a very good line as well, right behind him. Again, I don't know how this guy races, so I was scared to take this corner flat out and not hit him. That's out with the corner. Like, the guys in 1st and 2nd, I knew they took the corner pretty quick, so I was able to take the line like how I wanted to take it, and I wasn't worried about murdering them. But him being behind me, wasn't sure on how he was taking that line and how fast I could take it without possibly hitting him and, you know, getting a penalty, losing my SR, and all that stuff. And here's where I realized that I took that line way too bad, and somehow I was able to catch up with him, because maybe he took the last or 2nd last corner not as well as I did. But anyways, we're gonna move on to the final corner here around. I go a little bit wide, not as tight as I like it, but it's okay. We're still right behind them. Like I said last episode, if we can see them, there's a chance to pass them. Like, 1st place is quite ahead of me. I believe he's about 2.5 seconds ahead of me, which in racing terms is pretty quick, pretty far away, but I feel like we have a chance. So the guy in 3rd place also goes offline quite significantly, but somehow manages to stay so much more ahead of me. I guess he got a good exit with that, was able to carry speed, and I guess I took the corner bad, but yeah, I didn't really gain much off that corner. I was expecting a lot more when I was racing to like get right behind him. I do keep getting purple sectors though, which is pretty cool, so I am going pretty fast. Like, I am catching up to these guys, staying right with them. Just, I guess since they have the slipstream in some points, I don't know, it was hard to catch them. It was right behind them. I guess I was taking worse lines than them, but here I was able to get right behind them, right beside them. I was like, I'm gonna send it, risk it for the biscuit. And yeah, that was kind of a bad decision, me hitting the sausage curbs of death, as Super GT says, and absolutely screws me. Here we're going to speed it up a bit, because pretty much for this lap, we're just, for the rest of it, they were just right behind him. We didn't really do much. The guy ahead of me has a penalty, but I believe it was only for like a second, and it doesn't really have enough of a penalty for me to catch him. It was just enough to slow him down enough for me to get right behind him, but no such thing as a pass. But yeah, it was pretty close. I do end up passing here, but not enough to get around him. He does take the inside. I did not brake well enough. And we'll just keep on passing and passing and slowly getting closer and closer and closer all the way to the final lap. Now this lap was kind of important because this is pretty much where the race gets really spicy. I brake a little bit too late and I take a really bad line, but I get a decent exit with that, so I was able to go a little bit quicker into the straight. Following this guy into the, I believe that's probably the fourth corner. And I do it decently, but I still get off a little bit because, again, I was trying to follow him. And yeah, but I do end up getting a purple sector. I don't know if that means, I'm a little bit confused because I feel like people were going faster than me. And with a purple sector, I don't know if I was actually getting the fastest sector or it was my fastest sector. It kind of confused me. I didn't really understand. But anyways, we're right behind the guy in third place. Thanks, phone. Guy sending me cars to buy. Right behind him into the fourth corner. I wanted to send it, but I was getting a little too scared. I didn't want to kill him in the last corner since we were so close to third place and so close of getting an actual podium for like the first time ever me playing this game. I was going to get a podium. I was so excited. I was trying to get as close as I could to this guy, trying every little move I could do on the outside and inside. And I tried to go on the outside here, and I just could not get him. I just could not. Slowly and slowly, we go around the corner here into almost the final corner, trying to get on the inside, but he shuts it down right away from me. He goes on the outside. But as you can see, the guy in second place goes off course, and that gives me second place. And I was so mad because the guy earlier kept blocking me, and I guess I didn't really notice now, but he did block me a couple times in the corner. And I was really mad because I thought I deserved second place here. So as we cross the finish line, yes, I do end up finishing in third. But as you can see, cheekily, I put a nice second there because I do believe I deserved a second place in this race. Yeah, I thought I deserved second. The guy, the Brazilian in front of me, I think kind of screwed me a couple times. Didn't let me pass. Not really the fairest lines. But then again, that's me saying that. I don't really know much about proper racing etiquette. I think I know a little bit, but it doesn't matter. I still got a podium. My first podium of the, maybe not my first podium. I think I've gone one or two before. But that's a third place for me. At least I got a bronze. If you're in first or last, right? So I kind of live by that my whole life, and I want a first place. I want to do well. So hopefully in the future I'll be able to get a first place for you guys. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, and I'll see you guys next time.